Okay, looking at this anagram, you want to be kind of clever, recalling two identities from trig. One is the double angle. Oh, sorry. The double angle formula, which is that the sine of 2a is equal to 2 sine a cosine a. And specifically here, you could solve for sine a cosine a, and so you could say sine of 2a divided by 2 is equal to sine a cosine a. And the other formula is another way to think of the sine squared of, let's just say, an angle theta. You can think of that as 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2. So these are identities that we're going to use in this problem. These two identities are going to be used in this problem. So it kind of takes a little bit of thought here. So the first thing what you want to do is you say, okay, I'm going to pull the 17 out in front. And instead of thinking of a sine squared x, cosine squared x, I'm going to think of this as sine x, cosine x, quantity squared dx. Okay? And then I say, hey, wait a second, that's the left-hand side of this identity that I was over here. So I can write this as 17 times the antiderivative. Instead of sine x cosine x, I can write that as sine 2x over 2. And then, of course, that's squared and then dx. So I just replace sine x cosine x with the identity, which would be that it would be sine 2, the variable, which here is x, over 2. Okay, now 2 squared is 4, so I can bring that 1/4 out in the front. So this is going to be 17/4 antiderivative sine of squared 2x dx. That's kind of normally we see when we think of it of sine 2x quantity squared, we like to think of it as sine squared 2x. Now let's come back to this identity. The sine squared of an angle is equal to 1 minus cosine 2 times the angle over 2. So what is our angle here? Well, our angle is this entire thing, 2x. So instead of a theta, imagine that you have a 2x instead of theta. If that were the case, then you could write this as 17/4 antiderivative using this identity. It's going to be 1 minus cosine of 2 times theta. What is your theta? Our theta is equal to 2x, so it's cosine of 2 times 2x, or the cosine of 4x. That's what we're going to have right here, and that's divided by 2 dx. Okay, and so finally, that's just a little anagram that we might have learned how to do in Cal 1, right? This is going to be equal to 17, I'm going to bring the 2 out in front, so that's going to be 17/8 antiderivative of 1 minus cosine 4x dx. So this is 17/8. The antiderivative of 1, of course, is just x. And the antiderivative of cosine is, of cosine 4x is going to be sine 4x over 4. And then we'll have the plus c. So, and if you want to distribute the 17/8 through, you can, or you can just leave it like that.